Hey everyone, this is Wendy Susan Richmond, and welcome back to the Undercover Marketing Secrets podcast. All right, so today we're going to talk about how I went from an out-of-work marketer to making the most amount of money in my entire career in less than 3 years. Now, in 2015, I was working with small business entrepreneurs and coaching them on how to do marketing. And I had been studying with marketing expert Dan Kennedy, and I was taking what I was learning and teaching it to these small business owners. And I really wasn't having much success with them. Even though I knew I had knowledge about marketing, I really hadn't done a lot of it for myself. So trying to communicate that with a small business owner, it was a big challenge. I was all over the place as far as who I was serving. I was helping an Aflac agent, a yoga studio owner, a financial planner, a graphic design studio owner, to name a few. And each one had their own issues and challenges. And I would sit on a coaching call with them and give my best advice, and many did not take it. I couldn't get them the results they wanted, so eventually, they all went away. And there I was, out of work, no prospects, not confident in my abilities at all. And I had heard from Dan Kennedy that I needed to niche. I read an ad in Craigslist.org about a dentist who needed marketing help. And I thought, yes, here is a marketing Dan spoke a lot about. So this is where I will go. I did get the job, and interesting thing happened. I couldn't really help them. They were already good marketers. So the things that I had learned to do, they were already doing. And I couldn't figure out a way to give them what they wanted. And for a year and a half, I did a whole bunch of what I call marketing grunt work for them. I did all the day-to-day things that needed to be done just to keep the same amount of new patients coming in month after month. And what I did do was learn. I learned from the woman dentist owner who knew how to market. I picked up all kinds of techniques and strategies. And eventually, after that 18 months, I decided that I needed to leave because I wasn't getting any success for them or for me. Now, instead of leaving the dental world, I decided to try my new marketing knowledge on a niche dental practice. It was a holistic practice. And they were great marketers, yet they had hit a wall of around about 55 new patients a month. And I came in and started to implement some of what I learned in the first practice. Now, a funny thing about moving practices, the first one paid me minimally because I had no track record. The second one gave me a 50% increase in salary. Now, just so you know, not knowing what I was making at the first practice, right? So just because I had experience, because I had worked for another successful dentist and I sounded like I knew what I was talking about as far as dental marketing went. So they offered me more just out of the gate. And I took the holistic practice from an average of 55 new patients a month to 90 new patients in a month in less than 3 months. So it took me about 3 months of full-time work to get them up 45 new patients. And the holistic dentist was ecstatic. During my time with them, I did a lot of studying about digital marketing. And I believe that was one of the main skill sets that I lacked at the first dentist. And I got 9 different digital marketing certifications from digitalmarketer.com. So I dove into the digital marketing world. And I applied what I was learning with the holistic dentist, and it worked. Now, here's where things get interesting. I stayed as a full-time employee for another year and a half. And after that, I decided that I wanted to become a freelancer. I know that being a full-time employee limits my earning capability, so I told them I was leaving. And during that time, I got introduced to another dentist, and I just said, you know what? This is what I've been able to do at the dentist, where I increased their new patient count, and I got a 25% more for a day rate of work. just because I said this is what I did. Now I had a success, and then I leveraged that to get more money from the next dentist. And you know what? I worth every penny because I've been able to bring that practice. He was getting 5 new patients a month, and now he's up to he's got over 100 scheduled, and he's bringing in at least in the 70s every month. So he's a very happy guy as well. Now, after I started doing some work with him, I went back to the holistic dentist and I said that I could work at least 1 day a week remotely because I don't really want to be in the office, and at my new rate, which was double what they were paying me as a full-time employee. And you know what? They said yes because I had built my reputation with them, so they agreed. In less than 2 years, I had doubled my income from the time I had worked for the very first dentist that paid me minimally. And then I kept adding, I kept adding more clients at my new rate. And last year, I tripled my earnings. Now, I am now getting clients from all kinds of industries again. So I've kind of gone all the way around in a big circle. But now I have so much more of the skills and the successes that I feel confident, and I know how to pick even the clients that I want to work with who actually get it. And if they get it and they do what I say, or they let me run it, then things really start to happen. Now, I'm getting, all different industries, and this time my rate is higher than before. So now I've got the confidence to say I want more. I have a track record, new skill set, and the confidence to ask for more of what I deserve to make. And I think that has so much to do with it, is that, if you build off of your past successes, I'm sure you've heard this from other people, but here's just another person who's making the same thing happen, is that I started, knowing nothing, working for pretty much nothing, learning, sitting there day to day, nose to nose, toes to toes with people and getting the phone to ring. And then I did it. I learned from the first one, then I applied it to the second one, then I applied it to the third one, and now I apply it to all the rest of them. And then I always am learning. I mean, another thing that I really truly believe in is that you can't stop learning. You gotta learn and apply, but it's not just you getting the learning. It's about learning and applying. And I'll just say this over and over again. I spent so many years just learning and not applying. The minute I started to learn, apply, and then tweak, is the minute that things really started to happen. So this is just the beginning for me, and I am constantly learning more and more, always applying what I'm learning. And this next year, I intend to increase my income by 10 times because I have the dream, I have the knowledge, I've got the skill set, I've got the drive and the confidence to do it. There is no alternative, and I will be what I make it to be. All right, everybody, this is Wendy Susan Richmond. I hope this has been helpful. And remember, make it a great day. You have a choice of how you make your day, so make it a great day. And I look forward to talking with you next time.